Welcome back, everyone. NicknLex here. Thank you so much for joining me today to this new episode of Music with Nick. I'm super excited. Today we have a new sponsor, Mr. Steven. Thank you so much for sponsoring the video. I really appreciate it. And it seems like Steven has been watching the channel just for a couple of months or weeks, and he decided, to sponsor this marathon, which is a Bob Deluxe. The band. There's some information that Steven sent me. Some of it, is a little bit more private, so I'm just gonna read, like the basic stuff. I do wanted to thank you very, very much for this, for the support and that you're watching and enjoying the channel. Thank you so much. And everyone that's here today, if you are a fan of Bob Deluxe, welcome, and I hope you have a good time. So it says here, I've been watching your channel for a few weeks now. Love your reactions. Seeing as you're really into great guitar players, I'd like to introduce you to Bill Nelson, my own personal favorite guitar player. That's awesome. That is, we're gonna focus on someone that is your favorite, It says he formed his band Bob Deluxe in 1973, signed to EMI. 1974, and his first album Axe Victim was released that year. My first choice from the box set release of that album is Adventures in a Yorkshire Landscape, the Decca Audition. I got it right here. I looked for that one, and which in my opinion has the better guitar solo. All right, second song here is from the Futurama, Maid in Heaven, as in Maid, not M-A-D-E, but as in Maid. 2.5 minutes of power pop perfection. Nice. Third choice is from the third album, Sunburst Finish, as in the guitar, I guess. Crying to the Sky, you can hear his influence on Prince on this song. Nice. Fourth choice for their fourth album, Modern Music, Orphans of Babylon. And then the fifth one is Drastic Plastic, opening track, New Precision. It says Bill split the band in 1979 and went solo and has released reams of music that really went in a different direction that I didn't really care for. Kind of forgot the key to his guitar case, but his Bob Deluxe stuff is music seemingly made just for me. Best regards. Thank you, Steven. So yeah, that's. And also, thank you again for the recommendation, Steven Wilson. No Man's No Man and Blackfield. I've heard some Blackfield, of course, and No Man. I tried. I didn't like it that much, but I'm gonna try again. And so yeah, let's get into it. Thank you so much for the info, and let's get going with the first song. Which is Adventures in a Yorkshire Landscape. So I've never heard of Bill, so I'm going in completely blind. I don't know if it's rock, jazz, fusion, all that stuff. So, and then I'm gonna check out his solo stuff to see what's going on. Maybe I like it, I like pretty weird stuff. So here we go with The Adventures in a Yorkshire Landscape. Let's go.
Bridges and rivers and buildings pulled down. Time spent in places my footsteps had found. Mirrors in ballrooms lie smashed on the ground. Walking with November mist. Pathways and windows and movies in May. Quiet old ladies soon pass away. Paintings and songs that I've done in a day. Going round in my head. Fires on spires and chins of black.
Very good. Very, very good. What I loved about this solo is like, this is this is gonna sound weird, but this is like the way that I kind of approach a solo. I almost like never play the pentatonic scale. I don't know why. It's just like, I guess when I started playing, I never really used it, and so I just start playing like, you know, the modes, like the harmonic minor scale, the melodic minor scale, and I just try to find a lot of melody on the guitar neck when I improvise a solo, and this was improvised. You know, you can hear that it was not just. I guess I'm sure he knew he knew. I'm sure he knew where he was, but it's very melodic. It's very, I don't know, these little like trills, you know, and then you could hear that he was playing, you know, the harmonic minor scale, which is just beautiful, you know, because it's more, you can play a lot of, you know, with the pentatonic scale, you get that typical boxed in sound, and with the, you know, when you start using modes, it just opens up, you know, and he was not like playing anything crazy outside or anything, but it was just very, I don't know, there was a lot of melody in that solo, and then the way he played those octaves, you know, really, really beautifully picking, you know, the octaves of the notes, like very George Benson like, you know, just fantastic solo. Also the voice, I wanted to comment, reminded me a little bit, it's very soft, it reminded me a little bit of Nick Drake, you know, for some reason. I've not heard super much. I have heard a full album. Nick Drake obviously is a different style. It's very soft and it's mostly acoustic, but yeah, it reminded me of him, you know. I'm not comparing it. I cling on to stuff that I recognize and I go with that. But yeah, since I heard bebop, I thought it was more jazz, but I might even think that when he went solo, he started, you know, playing more jazz, or maybe not, you know. There was some, you know, searching, you know, in that solo, very, very beautifully, very carefully played, and very, very pleasing, you know, very pleasing to the ears. And yeah, not that I don't like the pentatonic scale, but it's like, in the end, you know, and it ends up sounding like a lot of other solos, you know. That's why I don't do it. Yeah, pretty much that's the reason. But yeah, this was great. This was beautiful. I can't wait for the next track. So Maid in Heaven, let's see. So this was in 74. Very beautifully, you know, for 74, where a lot of people, you know, were kind of like playing in that pentatonic shape, you know. So this is a year after Futurama is the album Maid in Heaven. Let's see. Let's take a look. A listen. Let's take a listen.
Question of style. It's a time for giving in the two-star hotel where breakfast in bed ahead. It's just the price of a smile. Just an hour and a fleeting kiss till the morning. Silent nights of wonder. shadows thrown on the floor. Hold me now, go lightly. Take the rough with the smooth, a token of love, my love. It's made in heaven for you. It's made in heaven for you. It's made in heaven for you.
Wow. Short and sweet, man. This reminded me a little bit of The Who, but I could be totally wrong. You know, The Who, a little bit of, you know, Pete Townsend style, I guess. Maybe I'm wrong. Like, I don't know. I just love that, you know, that gua there, or but very melodical again. Like he's implementing arpeggios, you know, that you also don't hear that much, you know, in just in a blues setting. It just like I've heard that in more southern rock, you know, southern rock guitar players, they have such a rich vocabulary, you know, like Allman Brothers, Leonard Skinner, all those bands that I've been, you know, discovering on the channel, like very, very deep understanding, you know, of like music theory and stuff. And this is very good. It was very, like, it reminded me a little bit of The Who. I don't know, very good, just very, very good. Let's keep going. I'm almost sad that it was so short because it was like building, you know, it was building up, but I guess, you know, it's just a part of an album and then it goes to the next song. So sometimes it's just like, you know, this is a shorter one. So this one here is from Sunburst Finish 76. All right, let's hear. Totally right. Yeah, those two solos, like just like you said, his influence on Prince. If you wouldn't have said that, I would have said, "Wow!" Like it does sound like Prince took a few notes, especially on the tone, of the guitar. There's a lot of distortion, and there's this like I don't know what effect that would be. Maybe like some kind of flanger. I don't know how you say it in English. Although the flanger is like, um, I don't know, man. But like just like the kind of like faster, licks, it's a really cool thing to know, like these fast licks that you can play repetitiously, like and I don't know, it sounds more like pentatonic, like almost like a blues lick, but very fast, and I do that too, a lot, but it's very effective. But yeah, it sounded really like Prince took a lot of inspiration on this particular sound and playing, because I mean, I love the couple of solos I've heard of Prince. They're really intense and there's a lot of boost in there, a lot of fuzz and distortion, and it's so funny. I've been kind of like every year, I guess I use less distortion. Like I remember the first time I bought a distortion pedal, it was just like that. All my solos were just and but it's also very good because you hear your mistakes so much louder, and and then you get more careful, and I don't know. But now I play with barely any distortion, but a lot of like I use a lot of delay, of course. Like I don't know, it's almost like a Alan Holdsworth meets David Gilmour kind of like distortion that I use, and Mark Knopfler in the mix when I play clean. Yeah, it's very good, so good. Oh my god. All right, Orphans of Babylon is the next one. They're all very short. I'm sorry if the marathon is not the longest, but I'm also not interrupting. I cannot, like, I just don't want to kill the vibe, while like stopping, mid solo. I mean, I would never interrupt a solo. I've never done that. When I didn't know like Yes too well, I would interrupt some, like little interludes and stuff, and people would like almost kill me in the comment section. So I'm very, very careful. Like almost I wait for for them to stop, and then I pause, and even then it's not good. So let's go with Orphans of Babylon.
True.
Very cool. So I looked up. I should have stopped, but it didn't. I looked up his gear, and I was gonna say, but I wanted to look it up. It's a phaser. It's not a flanger or flanger. Phaser. I use that sometimes, but very. It's just like musically, you have to be something like the covers that I used to play didn't have any phaser on them, you know. I just used it to mess around, but he uses this pedal, man. I think I had this pedal once, the MA50. This is not very old. And I just discovered this amazing website where you can see, you know, the gear of, let's see, of like the amps he uses, guitars, the effects, a line 6, very cool. And Univox, oh, that's the wah. So cool. Line 6. Cool. Let me see, because I pretty much have. Let's see. I'm looking up Alan Holdsworth's gear, but no, the main like pedal that he uses is not on here, so I don't know if it's accurate. Yeah, there is an Alan Holdsworth pedal, but he doesn't even use that when he plays. You know, it's cool because it has his logo on there and everything. This also was a good song. But yeah, there are on the shorter side. Let's check out New Precision. Here we go. 2004. Very, very cool. I wanted to stop. It's 2 seconds before, because otherwise some other music will kick in and ruin the moment. Very cool. Very. This sounded almost like, you know, like Talking Heads a little bit, you know. But I don't want to compare. I'm just saying like what it reminds me of the most. So let's take a look here. I want to see Bob Deluxe. When was it when they actually stopped playing? Okay, so this is not from 2004. This was okay. This was from 1978. It's wrong. It's like that's a common thing that Spotify puts like a wrong year on there. So these are we covered pretty much one song of each of the studio albums released from 74 to 78, starting at Axe Victim and Drastic Plastic, this one here. And then there's some live albums and some singles and some DVDs, and then I guess he went solo. Let's take a look when. Bill Nelson. Career 70s and then 80s. Looks like he went solo. Let's look at his solo stuff. But it's kind of cool, like you said, you know, that this is like your, you know, time that you like. So Bill Nelson's Red Noise, that was 79, and then solo after Bob Deluxe. Wow, he did a lot. Although there's all these different, wow, he's so much singles, compilation albums, but there's not really like any. Let's see. Bill Nelson albums. Okay, 81, 82, 84, 92, 96, 2005, 11, 2012, 13, but 2012 is left. But what do I think? I think he's amazing. He's very good, very original, and more like on the art, like rock kind of side, I think. Let's see. I didn't even look what style. Like, this is Wikipedia, you know? I mean, this is not. I don't know if Wikipedia could be considered like the expert site on everything, but it's like, you know, glam rock, art rock. Okay, pretty close. Because it's not prog, but it's also not out of, you know, it could be, you know, considered progressive. Because everything that's art is, you know, art rockish is progressive, at least on prog rock archives. There's some really cool stuff that bands that you would never think of that are considered progressive rock, you know, really, really cool. I really enjoyed this. Thank you so much. This was a great marathon. Thank you so much. And I hope everybody, you know, had a good time. Let me know, Stephen, and everyone else, you know, in the comment section, what did you think of the reaction and my commentary? Of course, you know, it's always nice to hear a new guitar player. And even I wrote back to Stephen and I told him, you know, sometimes we learn so much from, you know, new players, even though if they're like, you know, from 30, 40 years ago. And sometimes, I mean, you know, I thought I knew the best guitar players, you know, when I was listening to the music I was listening to, you know, Ron Jarzombek and Symphony X, and then I found guitar players, you know, like Frank Gambale and Alan Holdsworth, and yeah, and they're pretty much, you know, guys that were, you know, releasing albums during the 2000s, but they're already in their 60s, you know, and they're, you know, they're never going to be able to be replaced in any sort of way. I do enjoy like new guitar players. There's some crazy guitar players on YouTube. Oh my God. but it's just so hard, you know, even for them to get a career started, you know, to get a band and to go on tour and stuff. Like I know guitar players on YouTube that they could play in any band, but they're just they're not, because it's really difficult to get together with the right people, and it's also very expensive to tour, and just to be a musician is very, very difficult. But yeah, this was so cool. Thank you so much again, Steven, for this awesome marathon. Great idea. A new edition completely. I checked. I hadn't done anything by Bill Nelson before, or Bob Deluxe, because I did something and I mean, I'm looking in my channel and there's a search bar where you could type in the name. If I missed, you know, if I've done some Bob Deluxe before, let me know. But as far as I know, no. And also his style is very, very unique. You know, it's a very unique approach to guitar. Very cool. I like it a lot, you know, because it's not the typical, 70s style. It's also not the typical jazz, you know, it's just, I guess, pretty much his own style, you know. Very cool. It's always nice to hear a guitar player that sounds just like him, you know. There's people that find their own sound pretty early on, and, you know, they're not copying anyone, and that's that's a blessing. Not that every guitar player copies another guitar player, but sometimes, you know, it's very, very close, you know, especially in blues, and there's only so many notes and so many licks that you can play, and then it gets, you know, then you're pretty much playing the same stuff. And that's what I like about his approach, that it sounded very much far away from popular. And also it says here, I did read on the Wikipedia page, there's one of the most what did it say? It says about him, because Bob Deluxe was moderate commercial success, but here I want to Bill Nelson, it did say Nelson has been described as one of the most underrated guitarists of the 70s art rock movement. In 2015, he was recognized with the Visionary Award of Progressive Music Awards. See, so I guess people did consider him prog, you know. That's kind of cool. So yeah, here it says experimental rock, art rock, glam rock, electronic rock, new wave, post-punk, ambient. So maybe that's the stuff that Steven didn't like so much, but I'll dig into a little bit further. Thank you so much again, Steven, for this awesome request. Thanks everybody for watching. Let me know what you think. Give the video a like, maybe subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed. Thank you, and I'll see you all in the next one.